Good evening, YouTube, and hello especially to Mr. James Lai, because this is your special video. So you asked for me to do a overview of my Transformers on display, and this is going to be my midweek in-betweeny video. And so here it is. Here's your special video. Now, this is the view that you usually get when I'm recording my videos, but if you look in the background, you'll see that down here there's something different, and yeah, well, let's go for a little tour, shall we? Now, let me just flick this round if I can. Just give me a moment. Basically, I said there was going to be something special happening this week, and what has happened is this is obviously the spare room where I film my videos, and the bed in my room that I sleep on is donkey's years old. It's over 20 years old. It was completely knackered. The mattress was all lumpy. The bed frame was cracked and fallen to bits, and my mum suggested I get a new bed, and while I was mulling this over, she suggested that I make use of the bed in the spare room, which has hardly been used since we bought it. Nobody sleeps in it. It's only been slept in probably no more than about a dozen times in the years we've owned it. And okay, we come with this suggestion. He says, "Oh yeah, okay, then I will take the bed out of the spare room, and my old bed will go down the junkyard." So on Friday, everything was ripped. Well, my bed was ripped out of my room, and I slept in the bed in this room in the corner on Friday night. And then I went up to Bury, came back on Sunday night, moved my bed back through into my. Well, did I sleep or did I move it today? No, I moved it today because obviously I'm recording this on the Monday because I've got this week off work. Basically, I've moved the spare bed back into my room. My old bed's been collected by the council and gone up the old tip. And when we was suggesting this, Mum said that she basically greenlit me being able to get some extra display cases. And then I just started thinking, oh, Detolfs, I can get some IKEA Detolfs. So the plan was, after the weekend, I would move the spare bed into my room, which I did today, and then I would go up IKEA, get a load of Detolfs, and put them in the corner of the room. Unfortunately, as you can probably see, the wall behind the bed, we got a bit of a damp problem. So yeah, because there was, this is the corner of the building that's exposed to the weather. And even though when we moved into this house, we had a damp proofing course put on it, the bed was stuffed in the corner of the room. No air was getting to the walls. And this room does get a bit sort of cold in the winter. And it was caused some minor damp issue. It caused the wallpaper to lift, a little bit of mould to grow. And when we pulled the bed out, this became evident. So my mum has decided she wants to do some redecorating. So I can't now do what I wanted to do this week and spring my surprise and say, oh, look, I've got all these Detolfs and I've got all these extra bots on display. So best laid plans of mice and men. It's all kind of gone to rat shit. So I will be getting them at some point. I don't know when exactly. It's going to take a week or two to get all this sorted out, I think. But the plan is eventually to buy at least 3 Detolfs, and with an option of a 4th, because I mean, you'll get 1, 2, and then I've marked the skirting board. I mean, this is where the 4th one comes to, and that's the thing. But anyway, on to the bots on display. So this is the view of where I record my videos that you don't normally see. So obviously there's the computer. I got my little webcam, which I stick on top of the computer, and then I have some little lights on in front to give a bit of lighting, some table lamps, and then I film the videos. But above me, I've got my Decepticon shelves. Now, as you can see, they're a mixture of bots from all different lines. There's movie toys up here. There's a couple of third-party figures. Obviously, you've got my DJD figures on the top shelf there. Got 3 out of my 4 Skybite figures, and obviously Nor's there, just chilling out with them. There's a couple of my Weird Wolves there, and then I've got some Age of Extinction figures, some RID. And then I've got my my Megatrons on the end there. Well, it's not all of them. It's only a handful of my G1 style Megatrons. And I've got a couple of Toy Wheel bots down here. And yeah, so there's 22 bots on the top shelf. There's about 46 on the middle shelf, 43 on the bottom shelf, and there's another 3 there. So that is my Decepticon shelves. Obviously, when I get the details in, I'm going to be rearranging everything. So there is a plan to, when we come to decorate this room, is to, my mum wants to empty these wardrobes out and move them out of the way, and she's going to sort this damp bit down here out, and then do the wall, do that wall, and then later on probably going to take all these shelves down, and then she's going to do that side of the room as well. That's the plan at the moment, but you know, God knows how long this is going to take. But there's my Decepticon shelves as they are, about 70 odd bots. And then obviously just have a look at the room from this angle as you come through the door. And yeah, so that's like that. So moving on into my room. And obviously there's the bed out the spare room, which is now the bed in my room. And obviously I've got my top shelf, which I put in last year. And then on the windowsill, I mean, this was all pulled out this morning and all dusted down. My Construct bots are on the windowsill, and these are some of the first bots I bought as an adult collector back in May 2014. So, was it 2014 or 2013? Whenever it was, whenever Age of Extinction came out anyway. And Silverbolt, I've had him the longest time. I've had him since about 2007. He sits on the windowsill with my little Godzilla toys either side. And then obviously down this side of the room, there's not a lot going on. But then you get over to the other side, and then I've got all these fitted wardrobes and loads of magazines and DVDs. And of course I've got game consoles, got my Xbox 360 and my old Xbox. And then of course you move on to the main shelf. I mean, this was the first shelf I put in, display shelf. This is actually the Mark II shelf. So when you look at it from underneath, you can see it's triangular. It's wider at this end than it is at this end. That's because of the way the shelving's arranged on the units either side. The first one I had, it had like a straight bit that went across, and then it kinked out to the end. And then I decided I could make it a bit wider if I just had it going straight across. So that was Mark II. And it's pretty much all Autobots in this room. And there you've got the layout of bots on the main shelf as they are. Again, it's a mishmash of bots from all different lines, just thrown in together. as you can see. And then down below, I've got the big bot spot, which is this little area here. Then we've got Super Patron in there. And then we've got Fans Project Revolver Core is in here, and like I said before in a previous video, he's there for a reason. He's reminding me, because he was the last bot I bought at TF Nation off you, James, if you remember. You gave me a discount on this guy. You wanted 45 quid and you sold it me for 35. He's right there. I have got him out and had a quick play with him, but at the moment he's just sitting there and reminding me, you know, bot stop month, you know, I'm not buying bots this month. He's the last bot I bought, and he's just there as a reminder. And then looking down, we've got Fiery Dragon. And in front of the telly, got my little miniature Bonaparte Tulkas. The only pop vinyl that I've got, which is Claptrap from Borderlands. And my little Tomica Bongo Friendly model. And then it's just the top shelf. And again, it's just a mixture of bots from all different lines, just chilling out on the shelf. I know the lighting's not great, but then you get into this corner, and then obviously this is a recent addition to the shelf. Taragus Rally. I've just stuck him up here because I quite like him and I wanted him on display. And then I've got this corner is for the KTRT, so I've got my Turning Met card. Hello Carbots, season 3 Hello Carbots. Then got some Tobots, Evolution X and Tobot Z, and some Geomecha Beast Guardians, so Guardian Beasts, Biclons, and then Tobot Athlons on the end. So that is the top shelf. So there you go, James. A little overview of my collection. As I said, I would have hoped that I would have had the chance to get some Detolfs, put them in, populate them with bots, and then it would have made for a more impressive display. And of course, when I finally get around to doing it, it'll be a backdrop for my videos, and hopefully it'll make my videos look a little bit better because I'll have a backdrop of, you know, these display cases with bots in. That's the plan. As and when it happens, I don't know. I was planning on getting those Detolfs this week, but there's no point in buying them now, simply because, I mean, until I can put them up in place, there's no point in getting them. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video, James. I did it for you as you asked so nicely. A request video. I decided to do them as my in-betweeny videos on my bot stop month. So that's all I got to show you today. Hope you've enjoyed it. And thanks, James. Hope you liked it, and we'll catch you all next time. Ta-da.